Hi! Let's talk about books while looking like shit. Because that's what I've been doing all day. Hey guys, I forgot to do the calendar swap. So that's what I'm gonna do now. Before the rest of the video starts. Yeah. So I've already switched it around. And I haven't read it yet, but it has this nice ship. And it says, it is better to get hurt than... Okay, so this is kinda stupid, but half of it is like a Danish saying that you can't really translate to English, so it doesn't really make sense in English. It's like, it's better to get hurt than not get going. Yeah, but it's basically like, it's better that you go, or like you try and it might not go as planned than just not trying at all, you know? It's nice, I wish you could understand it and I could translate it, but back to the actual video. It has just been the Sunshine Readathon, which is it's just an amazing idea. Shout out to Jessica Nicole. Fuck, I can't remember her last name. Anyway, shout out to her. Amazing initiative and just aspire to be like her. Anyway, I wanted to read 3 books. I wanted to read this one, which is a Danish middle grade, this one, which is English YA, and another English YA. All of them fit into 2 of the prompts each. This one was queer romance and a heartwarming book. This one was recommended by someone in the book community and a 5-star prediction. And this one was buddy read and read a whole book in one day. I did read this and finish it, but I did not read it in one way, so that is one prompt I did. It was a nice book. I actually really enjoyed this. Considering it being middle grade, it had a really good mystery. I was right there figuring this stuff out with the characters. I did not see like it all coming before like the end, and it was somehow an intricate mystery. But it was a nice one. It was a fun read, and I might borrow some of the other books in this series from my boyfriend as well. Yeah. I did not get to reading or starting What Mama Left Me, even though I wish I did. But I hope to be reading this soon anyway, just to honor that I wanted to read it now. And then, lastly, I did not finish this either. So one challenge was completed. Yeah. Oh shit, I've got smudges on it. Anyway, amazing book. The only thing I can really think of to describe it is roller coaster ride. The relationship between these girls goes from like friends to enemies, no, friends to rivals to friends to enemies to friends to rivals to friends to lovers. I think you can just feel the romantic tension, and the characters feel they feel nuanced. All of them has some like depth, and all of the problems aren't just miscommunication. It's part of it, which is okay because that stuff happens in real life and you can get really, really angry and therefore not talk it out with someone. But it wasn't the source of all their problems. I would like to add to this that when they did have miscommunication problems, they did talk it out pretty quickly after it happened, so it wasn't that big of a deal. And I think it's really realistic, and it's it is heartwarming when you read the good parts, but it's also very infuriating when you're like, why the fuck would you do that? Or say that? Or, like, it's just a really compelling book, and you get so interested in the storyline. Yesterday I read 160 pages in this, and that's a lot. I don't read that fast, but this is easy to get through. It's readable, and as I said, it's an interesting story. You just want to keep on reading. So if you want to read like a good book that's just heartwarming and romance and queer, I totally, like, I recommend this so bad. And I like when it is chapter numbers instead of like titles. The best thing would be both, but I prefer numbers over titles, if that makes sense. So that's another thing I really like about this, and also the beautiful, like, yeah, chapter headers or drawings like these. And the henna is described in this. It's called the Henna Wars, so of course there's gonna be henna. It's described in this way that makes it feel almost real, like I can imagine it, which I find that's just great writing when it creates intricate pictures in the reader's head. So I really appreciate that as well. Yeah, but that's what happened. Then I think I'm in the middle of reading 6 books at the moment, so I have thought of dedicating August to finishing all of those 6 books. So I'm gonna finish the Henna Wars. I am going to finish Diary of Tomorrow. This one I'm about 45 pages in, like into the story, and this one I only need like to read 30 more pages, so this is quickly read. And the last physical book I'm also going to finish is The Wall. I talked about this in my last video. I'm currently rereading it. This time I am also annotating it. I just love it. Okay, I love it very, very much. I can't say a lot more than that because that's literally the truth. It's amazing. And I'm probably gonna do a video about it because I just can't shut up about it. But yeah, I'm also only about 40 pages away from finishing this. And now I have to go pee, so see you for the last 3 books in a bit. And I'm back! Anyway, so I got to the part where I'm gonna be talking about non-physical books, cause I've borrowed 1 ebook and 2 audiobooks from my library. So let's talk about those. The first one is this one, which is the second book in the Dwarves universe thing, Dwarves Chronicles. It is the sequel to The Dwarves. I've talked about this before, and right now I'm just blabbering. Anyway, I don't feel like continuing the series, but I do want to finish this book because I do have some theories about it that I want to see if they're like true. But I don't think I'm gonna continue the series after that. Yet, at least. It will have to do some really good convincing if I have to continue. And other than that, I borrowed Michelle Obama's book because it's everybody's been talking about it a couple years ago when it came out, and I know it's a really good book, so I wanted to actually finally read it, you know? And I started it a couple months ago, and then I went dead, and now I'm gonna pick it up again. But I think it works really well as an audiobook, because I can feel from the narration that it's a book I'd get bored with if I didn't listen to it. Like, it would be difficult for me to keep on focusing, so I'd have to read it in small amounts in small parts. So it's nice that I can get bigger chunks at a time because it's an audiobook. I do have it in Danish though, because that's the only way I can borrow it from my library. And other than that, I have this book, and I don't know who wrote it or what the title is, because that's me. It's a common theme, I feel like. Me being like, well, this person that I don't remember the name of, and this book, which I think is called this. But it's a book about bees, and again, it's kind of like a retelling of his life, or at least the part of his life that is about bees, and has concluded about bees because this dude is working with them and stuff. And I started this a couple days ago, and it's actually really interesting. And again, it's in Danish, even though the author and the person it's about is in English, because for some reason I can only get Danish ebooks and audiobooks. But it works really well as well. So that is what I'm gonna dedicate my August to do, to everything, you know, yes. That's it for this video. Have a nice day, keep reading, and I hope to see you in the comments or in my next video. If you actually made it this far, just write hi in the comments, because we love the positive energy. And as I've said before, I do answer most comments. I try to, like, if it's relevant with an answer. If it's not, I'll just kind of be like, oh, that's nice, you know? So, yeah. I don't know how to end these videos anymore. Like, I'm out of the routine. It's kind of bad. Anyway, see you guys.